Hello, my beautiful collective. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm grateful to have you here. My name is Lotus, Lotus the Sage. So today's pick a card reading is going to be, what am I doing right? So we're going to get more than likely like one specific area or a theme of what's going on, or what's going right, I should say, and the good it's doing right now for you. It's going to be hopefully a fairly quick reading. Well, we'll see. You never know. Yes, so for pile 1, you have, which is ironic, this is how they ended up coming out. One of each. You have a house card for pile 1, you have a planet card for pile 2, and you have a zodiac sign card for pile 3. So if any of these, either colors or a house or planet or sign, is calling to you, that's the pile to choose. And just a reminder that these are collective readings. Not everything is going to resonate. Not every message will resonate. And if today's reading doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You know, it's okay to click off. It's all gravy. I'll understand, you know, and I'll see you at the next reading. I did want to address one of the comments that I got that I ended up flagging personally because how did they word it? It seemed like a fucking lecture. That's how it was worded. And I just wanted to give some love and some prayers to that commenter or that watcher. The reason why I'm saying this, because I've been seeing this a lot on YouTube recently, where there's a lot of like unfounded negative comments when you're choosing to watch something. You know, it's almost like blaming the television program for creating a program. You have the option to switch it off. No disrespect, but that's truly what I feel. There have been multiple readings that I have watched on YouTube also that just didn't resonate, and there's some from some of my favorite readers. They just don't. They're just not, and sometimes they last like months, you know, and then I come back and then the energy's different for me specifically and what that particular reader is tapping into for the collective. There's a cajillion people out there, you know? So sometimes some parts of it are going to resonate. I may not be able to describe the scenario to the T of what's happening for you, but if you resonate with that energy, you should be able to find some sort of nuggets of wisdom in there. Also, if it's difficult to hear, like I said, just click off. You know, it's really okay. There's no need to tell me what it sounded like to you when you may be the only person who might be feeling that at the moment, because it just might be an extra sensitive topic for you that you're just not ready to process with others yet. You still need to process it with yourself. Again, this is strictly coming out of love. And so I just wanted to give some love. That's really what it was. I just wanted to send that out there, knowing that this is just a space for you to find some sort of other perspective, a connection to a different entity that is connecting in a different way, that's trying to connect to you. You know, so I'm just sending you all so much love, and I'm so appreciative that you even watch them, that you comment, that they help, that they're insightful for some, you know. I just appreciate you. So thank you so much, and I'll see you at your choice. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pal 1 who chose the house cards. So this side over here is going to let us know the area or theme or what you are doing right. This side over here is going to let us know the good that it's doing, or how the good is being translated or transmuted, so to speak. And then we'll get some tarot. So, Pawan, what do you got? The 9th house, beautiful. Broadening your horizons, either spiritually, academically, or on a long journey. So what it feels like so far, my loves, of what you're doing right is about this spiritual expansion. Either academic learning, spiritual learning, you've been on a particular pilgrimage of the soul, a soul's journey, a particular journey to achieve something, to achieve a goal. However you're going about this particular process of broadening your horizons on whatever aspect that might be in your life, that is what you're doing right now. That's what they wanted to focus on anyway. It's one of the many, of course, I'm sure, but this is the one that they're focusing on today. That's lovely. Okay, and then you have Thrasis. Catharsis, clearing and change, conflict through difficult conflict, but you will get through it. So again, speaking about a journey, right? Clearing out what, again, is not useful information, letting go of preconceived beliefs or past beliefs, evolving your library, so to speak, either be literally or mentally. But it's about learning how you go through this particular journey. And I think it has a lot to do with there's a sense of confronting your own personal demons, again, the conflict. And these particular personal demons of yours can be, like we said, a self-talk or a mindset. For example, if it's like broadening your horizons with spirituality, for example, maybe you were really adverse to, I don't know, a particular type of religion or belief, but now Spirit is asking you, regardless of your possible bias, can you still look at it and research or look into it and find some knowledge within something that you may disagree with? That's the energy that I'm getting when it comes to the spirituality. Not to say that you're learning to agree with it. That's not the point. It's just learning to get a broader perspective, hence broaden your horizons. And then academically, it can be about, maybe how you talk to yourself, how you're extra hard on either your grades or your accountability for that matter, or your productivity. This long journey, you could be thinking about it in the sense of, why is this taking so long? This feels like I'm getting nowhere, like that's what I mean. There's about fighting that demon within when it comes to sabotaging possibly what your spirit is doing, not even wanting to do, what it's doing. That's lovely. Okay, let's get some tarot. So you have the Seven of Wands, the Moon first. Sorry, I'll just show it to you right away. Seven of Wands. The Moon in reverse. Temperance in the reverse. And the Knight of Swords. So what I'm feeling, my lovelies, here, when it comes to what you're doing right, again, with your Seven of Wands over here, standing your ground, the same energy it feels like with 𝙭, like fighting for what you want, going after what you want, trying to find a different perspective, or looking at it from a higher perspective, I should say. Allowing the emotional turbulence, so to speak, or the uncomfortability to come up to the surface for you to be able to temper them again. That's the energy that I'm getting here. So what you're doing right or well or correct, is how you are moving through the flow, moving with the wave of intensity and subtleties. Then once that recalibrates, so to speak, or once you find a particular center point when it comes to the evolution of whatever it is that you're expanding or broadening, you come out with clarity and direct focus. But it doesn't feel even more so for you, emphasizing it is not linear for you. So it's gonna feel quite literally like this, and then like this, and then like this. It's like there's so many variables when it comes to vibration. It's very interesting. Seven of Wands. We have too many. Nine of Swords, Five of Cups, Six of Coins. So you have the Five of Wands in the reverse, with the Seven of Wands. Again, like fighting conflict, standing your ground because of conflict or because of differences. Again, either differences within yourself, the environment, people, energies around. Then you have the Star, beautiful with the Moon. That's right, like I said, bringing them up to the surface for them to be healed, to be addressed, for them to be tempered. Because it's once the flow jolts you in whatever position, you gotta, like I said, recalibrate, and that's why Temperance is in reverse. is because it's a never-ending sort of evolution as you continue to understand, you know? Which way do you want to be? That wasn't a good toss. I'm going to do it again. Which way do you want? I'm going to go upright, but I feel like it's a sideways thing. That's why it's not going either way. So I'll tilt it. So for Temperance, I feel like there's some talking about letting go of some of the rigidity, because I feel like it came first out in the reverse. It still wants to go upright. So we're going to keep it sideways. That's what we're going to do. So I feel that this energy of how you're tempering is to, again, bring back balance into the frame, into the foundation of self, or of spirituality, of academics, of this particular journey that you may be on. And then you have 8 of Cups in the reverse. Again, like not running away from what you discover. 3 of Swords, yeah, from the hurts. Like that's what I'm saying, not running away from what you discover once this emotional turbulence continues to like teach you. You know, that's what this feels like. So what it feels like you're doing right is all of this. Like this process feels difficult, don't get me wrong. You are still fighting, you're still processing, you're still going through it, but you're doing it. Like that's what Spirit's saying, like you are actually doing it. We understand that it's difficult, but that expansion and that growth is not always comfortable, and most of the times it's not comfortable, period. You know, especially depending on your state of mind and or circumstances. All right, beautiful. Okay, so now let's find out what good it's doing for you, or the world, environment, collective, the desert. Interesting. This is fitting though for your energies of like what you're doing good. It's like the desert is that like very bright brights, very dark darks, dark nights, so to speak. The temperature changes, the unpredictability, the vast lands of sand, of unstable ground, of uncertainty, of lack of clarity, of water, of desperation, of, you know, all of that stuff. So what it's doing for you is, I feel, is strengthening your resolve, for one, specifically enhancing, your clairvoyant abilities, spiritually speaking. Academically, if we can say within that spiritual, it's again about an integral, they're telling me integral and integrated lesson that you are learning to navigate with more of the instinct and less of the mind. That's what I just heard. So it's a feeling of surrendering to, like I said, that wave of extremes sometimes, you know? So the good it's doing for you is, again, strengthening your resolve. I feel like strengthening your clairvoyance, tapping into your intuition and your instincts. Of survival is what I get. It's survival. Beautiful. Okay. And then it's quite literally what I was saying. The trickster, it's the survival. The cunning, the trickster energy is needed right now. It is useful for you right now within this particular phase of growth. Of all the things that you're doing right, you can use this energy to sort of... How would I word this? I just watched a Turkish rom-com the other day, and I forget what it's called, but there was this interesting element. There was... the whole movie's based around this sort of revenge energy that's not so obvious, but hurt feelings fester, coming back to do harm to somebody else, that kind of thing. Not that deep, but that's like the initial, even though it was a rom-com, that's how this was going. Regardless of that, the point that I'm trying to make here is that this particular energy was to this main character, the main female character anyways, hired her for this particular job just to make her miserable. He wanted to see her squirm on purpose. And her people in her life were like, if that's how you feel, then make a game out of it. You know, enjoy what you're doing, and it will be more impactful on them in a negative sense, meaning they'll be more bothered, and you will actually be learning and growing from this experience. That's what this trickster energy feels like for me. It's like making a game, not light of it, but sort of making a game out of, it's like laughing at the comedy of life, quite literally, which is like sometimes absurdity, So this is what this feels like. Amazing. Okay, so let's get some tarot. For that side over here. Let's move this over a bit. So, the good it's doing for you, pile one. We have the Two of Coins in the reverse. Then we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. Alright, I said that in the reverse. Six of Coins came out. Oh, too quick. Oh, sorry guys. Knight of Cups and Ten of Cups in the reverse. Good it's doing for pile one. Alright. So, Six of Cups in the reverse. With the Eight of Cups upright. Excuse me, Eight of Coins upright. So what I'm feeling over here for the good it's doing, it's getting you out of indecision. That's what it feels like for me. It's bringing in clarity, allowing yourself to trust your instincts more than the mind. I'm also feeling like a trusting what you've learned from your past, specifically when it comes to this broadening of horizons and expanding of the self. And quite literally is just to keep moving, like to keep going. Again, survival. That cunning, sort of fox-like trickster energy. You're coming into some sort of like mastery of... It's like mastering the dark or mastering the difficult. It's mastering like a rough terrain and being able to like I said, ride that wave effortlessly, I know it's not effortlessly. I'm just saying that's what it's perceived as. Then we have the Magician in the reverse with the Two of Coins. Like, same energy for me when it comes to that trickster energy. It's like, how am I using what I know? All my skills, my gifts, past lessons. How am I integrating that particular lesson in this experience that I'm having right now for my expansion? Two of Wands in the reverse. Plan's already been set, is what it feels like. And I don't think it's necessarily like an uberly conscious plan. It's just like, I'm just gonna keep going. Like, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm hearing I'm already this far, Yeah, the World upside down, or in reverse, which I was feeling, that the cycle's not quite done yet. We are very aware of this. Sorry for this messiness over here. Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna reorganize. All right, and then for the Six of Cups and the Eight of Coins, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so still in your head a little bit about it, but again, like I said, what the good it's doing is helping you find clarity, helping you master something, helping you get stronger. Talk about the resolve from the very beginning. Like, that's the main energy. So underneath the deck, you have the Seven of Coins. Again, seeds planted, keep working, diligent work. It's all working for you. And the good it's doing for you, again, it is eventually, is what I'm saying, going to clear the mind of the doubt, of the confusion, of the fog, of the unsure footing. So this spiritual growth, this evolution is what you are doing right. The good it's doing for you is a hell of a difficult path, but they're asking you to use that trickster energy for your benefit, to navigate when you're in, going through adversity or difficult times, or again, that struggle with that Seven of Wands and Five of Wands in the beginning. Yeah, you hear that? That struggle. Okay, let's get your closing guidance, Part 1. Oh, that was quick. Irresistibility, Freya. There's a twofold message I'm getting with this Freya card here. Is this irresistibility to the journey, that you cannot resist this particular path, like it's what must be done. Like you can't go about it any other particular way besides how it's unfolding, hence how you need to ride that wave or ride it gracefully. The second is this desirability that will be, I guess, in your essence after this particular cycle is complete. Again, like there's like a visible glow up when it comes to personal confidence and surety in self. That's like the after. So what I feel like they're saying is desire this particular path. Desire it so much, again, it makes it like a game, that it's so fun, even though it's difficult, even though you know that there are obstacles. Can you make the best out of everything that you're experiencing and learn from your past? I know you can, because you're doing it. So my beautiful collective, that is what you are doing right, and the good it is doing. I am sending you so much love. Until next time, please keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful Paltus that shows the planet cards. This side over here is going to be what it is that you're doing right, and this side over here is going to be the good that it is doing, how it's transpiring, etc. Again, this is like a theme or a particular area of your life. Then we'll get into some tarot. All right, Pal 2, let's see what you got. Pluto, nice. Your ability to transform, take a big leap forward and rebirth. That is what you're doing right. Your ability to transform and take the leap no matter what. That's beautiful. So it feels like you've already been through like a really deep or dark night of the soul. You're already emerging is what I'm hearing, and also what I'm seeing and feeling. Meaning that the process of transformation for this particular cycle that they're referring to, the most difficult part has finished. So they're giving it to me in the context of butterflies when they have to like hang for, I don't know if it's like 2 days, so their wings can unfurl. So like that's how they're showing this to me. So like you've already been cocooned, so to speak, and now you're just waiting to get the strength or the timing for you to actually fly. That's the feeling I'm getting first. Beautiful. Manas. She talks about humanity and cooperation. It's a sense of union in self, union with another. Again, dark night of the soul, union with self, union with another also. It facilitates communication and exchanges in general. So like, I'm really truly feeling like a better connection. I'm getting connection as in like a phone call connection, where the services, there's no static, there's no dead zones. In other words, metaphorically speaking, when it comes to you and yourself, you and spirit, and you and other. So this is what you're doing right. The how you've been focusing on self, of recalibrating, this is the word of the day, rebalancing your energy and realigning is more specifically for you guys. Your transformation is beautiful, like as they are saying here. So that's what you're doing right, correct, lovely. Let's get some more context. We have the Ace of Pentacles, or Ace of Coins, with the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Sorry for all the construction you hear, guys. Knight of Coins. And the Ace of Cups. Sorry. So my lovelies of pile 2, what I'm seeing here for you guys, again, this, like I said, you have already cocooned, right? So this opportunity now for you to, I suppose, play with the energies that you're in now, playing with the frequency that you're on now. It's very grounded and lovingly based. That's what I'm really feeling here. It's almost, how would I word this? It's like a growth of your emotional maturity. And that, it's interesting because they're showing it to me like earth and water, specifically, granted these are the cards that are here, but they're showing it to me like the infinity symbol. It's like because your emotions are more connected or more balanced, you feel more grounded, and therefore being more grounded makes you feel more emotionally stable. Like it's that kind of energy is what I'm getting. Like two beautiful, like grounded, loving opportunities flanking your reading here with the Knight of Cups and then the Knight of Coins. It's like exact same cards. It's bizarre. You know what I mean? Especially with this sun and moon, like a really beautifully balanced masculine and feminine energy that is being aligned within you. That is what you are doing right. However you're going about it, my lovely, or the process that you are in is all gravy for you. This is so nice. So it's like, again, talking about the maturing, there's nothing more for me to say, but I'm just really looking at the depiction here. Like this new tangible opportunity that you may not have, I want to say, used well when you may have been younger or in a different state emotionally. And now it feels like you can, it's, again, we have the Ace with the Knight and then the Knight with the Ace. It's almost like what wasn't able to be fulfilled or satisfied in some facet of you or in your life, it's getting either replaced by an upgrade in a different way. I don't know how else to describe this. It's like I can see it so clearly. There's also a feeling here of you wanting to sort of be the catalyst or the person who like finds your own stability. There's almost like a feeling of wanting help from spirit when it comes more specifically to the emotions. But I feel like spirit is saying they're both intertwined in this context, especially. Wow, okay, let's get some more. Ace of Cups, the World in reverse. Yeah, it, like I said, like almost an opportunity that you didn't do well or take well before when you were younger at a different stage. Like, it's like what goes around comes around right now, and it's this is what it is. The perfect example of what is meant for you won't pass you by. Like you'll have another opportunity for it to come into your sphere. This is what this exactly feels like. Wow, it took me so long to get there. 5 of Cups. Yeah, with the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Yep. Okay, hold on. Let me just get them all out first. 7 of Cups. With the Knight of Coins. And the 5 of Wands. With the Devil. Dun dun dun. Okay. So my lovelies of pile 2, what you're doing right. Yes, you are correcting a past wrong. Period. Whether that has to do with people or not, that's for sure. You are allowing yourself to come out of the confusion, meaning, would I say it that way? No. I can't say that you're allowing yourself to come out of the confusion. I think you're quite literally, for the best way I can describe this, stepping away from confusion. I think the confusion is still there, in other words. It's not like you're like, okay, I'm just going to leave this, let it be, because this is not logical for me. This is not what this feels like. It feels like I'm literally just removing myself from this equation. That's what this feels like. On purpose. Because when I said like when I said that the feeling feels more like you're asking from spirit, more emotional support, you know, this is what this is emphasizing or highlighting for me over here. The Ace of Cups with the Five of Wands, conflict when it comes to the emotions. Where is this devil energy, the addiction, the attachment, the workaholic, the overly consumed about the material, you know, where does that play in? Was that a part of your characteristic? Was it a part of the energies that you were around? Is it something, like I said, you've removed yourself from? This is what it feels like. So what I feel based on these cards is, like I said, you have removed yourself from. Because that baseline is so solid and so clear, and this extra layer on top is making me understand why the choice is and why the transformation is through Pluto. So this is what you're doing right, my love. Every decision that you've made thus far is the right one when it comes to this particular matter of transformation within self, and especially when it comes to emotional wounds. And possibly material, financial. Okay. All right. Let's get your other side. So let's see the good that it's doing, my lovelies. The kiss. Because your kiss is all I miss. Because your kiss. Oh wow, I don't even know who sings that song. Oh wow. Okay. And and you have Sun and Moon. Wow, wow, wow. Talk about that Sun and Moon and Manas too here, that equal balance. This is so well done, Spirit. Well done. So the good that it's doing here, of course, the kiss talks about touch, chemistry, sex also. It's talking about being alive, having a new spark, the possibility of magic, true intimacy, bravery, surrender, grace, an awakening of your heart. You know, like all of that energy for you, my lovely, is what's good for you. Like that's what's happening. It's opening up your heart, possibly because you had been hurt. And it can specifically be emotionally hurt. It does not just have to be romantic, but it's going to help in all facets of any type of relationship. That's the bottom line. So it really does, my lovely collective of Pal 2, like the good it's doing for you is opening up your heart again after a period of emotional hurt and emotional loss. And the Sun and Moon talks about perfectly fitting with the kiss. It's like you've been hidden for so long. That's really what this is talking about here, especially with this Pluto. And the compilation or combination of light and dark energies represents a willingness to learn new things and a readiness to step into your light. Sun and Moon, Moon and Sun, Sun and Moon, union in self, union in self. Like, it's awesome. Like, there's nothing legitimately more to say to that about the good that it's doing, because it is straightforward, point blank for you guys, Pal 2. Let's get some tarot. Queen of Cups, Three of Wands. Page of Swords. And then we have Justice. So my lovelies, the good it's doing for you, like we talked about, opening up the heart, waiting for, you know, the transition of the transformation to fully, you know, integrate, let's say, or to merge, more specifically, with the belief system too. So once this emotional energy is sort of rebalanced, the mind now is going to catch up to that feeling. That's the best way I can say that. That knowing, that understanding with self, the balancing out, the justice returned, you know, from the shit that had happened in your past. It's amazing. And there's a sense of curiosity now about, again, like this excitement, this spark. There's a sense of curiosity about this now. And I'm getting that they're showing me like that moment, the anticipation before like the first kiss with a person you haven't been with, or intimately, of course, that moment of like right before the faces where you can feel each other. Who's gonna move in first? Are you moving together? Like there's that intensity is what I'm getting from this Page of Swords for some reason. That anticipation and excitement, that emotional heightened body sensations, you know, like it's a nice feeling. Talk about it. The Mountain. I don't read this one in the reverse, it's the extra card, generally speaking. Yeah, like again, like there's this newness, this new stream of, again, light that has been imbued into you. Like right straight into your heart. Like that's what this feels like. And then 3 of Cups with 3 of Wands. Yes. Waiting for the people to come to you. The energy specifically, more specifically, I should say, to come to you. Compatibility, camaraderie, community, love. The Magician, beautiful. With the Page of Swords. Making that magic. Again, alchemizing it into the mind space now. And then the 2 of Coins with the Judgment. Talking about bringing balance back, right? Justice back into a situation that felt unbalanced. But it's also giving me like you have options. You have options now because your mind frame is different. You're not so closed off to certain possibilities because of past hurts. It's like a big chunk of that healing is literally cracking you right open. Wide open. The Moon. Wide open. You know, that's exactly what I feel. It's beautiful, and it's a nice, like, especially with all this like fire energy, it's nice to come into this like calm, cool, collected grace and space energy, you know? Beautiful. All right, my collective of pile 2. Those are your messages. We're going to get your closing guidance for you, my love. So what you are doing right is this beautiful transformation, how you're handling it, how you're processing it, what you're doing about what you find in the process. You know, that is going to create even more harmony, more unity, more connection, more openness, more love, more trust. All right, there she is. Oh my gosh. Yep, how fitting. Andromache, Andromache, all of the above. Strength. That's exactly what it is, my love. Strength to continue to fight, to have patience. And I'm also hearing like to get what you want too. You know, it's not about settling for, well, this is what I can get. No. It's the strength to know that you can get what you want. But sometimes getting what we want requires deep purging, a deep transformation, and a hard look at self. And you've already done it, is what at least in one aspect of your life, my friends. You know, you've already done it. So keep going, my love. You're doing great, and it's doing great things for you. I am sending you so much love, my collective of Pile 2. I hope that resonated. Until next time, please keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my Pile 3s who chose the zodiac sign Okay, my loves, so what you're doing right is going to be on this side, and the good it's doing for you is going to be on this side, and then we'll get some tarot. All right, pile 3. You have Aquarius. The energy is freedom-loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. Excuse me. So my lovelies, what you're doing right here is how you are connecting, where your consciousness has been, especially when it comes to humanitarian or the collective energy. You're experimentative is what I feel like, sort of stepping out of your own personal boxes that you may have put yourself into, advancing or expanding your knowledge when it comes to the technological world, or finding different platforms, different streams of information, of ways of getting information and putting out information. There's an electricity is what I'm feeling within this energy. It's like, that's what I'm seeing, like jolts and spurts of energy. Beautiful. And then you have 𝙁𝙤𝙧, which is about strength, protection, being able to fight through adversities, being able to fight for causes, adaptability, strength of perseverance. And I'm also getting a feeling of lighting the torch or lighting the way, you know, you being the torch bearer. That's the energy that I'm feeling, like the leader of a pack in a particular mindset, environment, group. Okay. So what you're doing right, my love, is either how you are spreading love and your energies, how you're expanding your mind or expanding your vocabulary of life in general, how you are rebelling, pardon for the noises, how you might be rebelling from your old self or outdated beliefs or structural systems that don't work or political programs that need to be addressed, etc. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, coins in the reverse, with the Strength card. That's come up twice for you now. This 𝙁𝙤𝙧 is pretty much the same type of energy. Nine of Cups in the reverse. And then the 2 of Wands. I feel first off that there's been a plan that has been set in motion already. And the plan is to, okay, hold on, let me word this properly. So there was a plan that was set in motion. I think there was, when I referenced perseverance, there's a need for you to persevere still because it hasn't quite come to its full development, so to speak, or its full fruition, or come to full fruition is the word I was looking for. And I think now Spirit is sort of showing me that you have readjusted. Like, that's what I'm getting. Again, there's this beautiful electrical flow is what I'm getting. This current that is readjusting when, you know, when it's necessary. And I feel that that's what you've done. You've readjusted at every choke point, so to speak. And I think now that you are either in the process of solidifying a new plan as opposed to this particular plan from here. Something about this 9 of Cups in the reverse energy, because I don't feel like it's a lack of something per se. It just feels like it's not here yet. Let's get some more. Wow, the World has come up in every group. Page of Coins in the reverse in every group, mind you, which is probably makes sense. Because the cycle's not complete, right? With the Strength, yeah. Same with the Moon. The Moon has also come up. The 9 of Cups. King of Wands in the reverse. So what I feel, my loves, is the exact same thing I said already. When I said that there was a plan set in motion, didn't quite come to full fruition, having to re-examine, readjust, re-look at specific either emotions or triggers or things that didn't work, or how you may have felt a little personally attacked in certain things. Not in a grand scheme, I mean in a grand scale, sorry, but like being like, damn, I think they like missed the picture of what I was trying to do. And Aquarius energy usually is a little bit eccentric too, so it kind of is already naturally out of the box. And if you're going even farther out of that box, I could understand how people may not fully get it yet. And I think this Knight of Wands here is fitting, you know, like the Two of Wands, like there is a plan that you're about to solidify. But I like that the King of Wands is in reverse here, because there is still like action and ready to go at it, but you're not going at it too, I wouldn't say lackadaisical, but too overly confident. That's the wrong word. It's like they're showing me like a personality type. That's what they're showing me, you know? They're showing me like this suave, enigmatic, detailed-oriented, go-getter energy, but it's like it's subdued. It's not as forceful, I would say. It's not as in your face also. So even though you're like out and in the world, there's something that is like underneath that this is really transforming for you. Like this feels like the web, quite literally. Like your energy feels like the internet, about how many different ways that this can expand and how it can reach people. Like that's what this energy, your energy, not specifically the internet, your energy feels like. All of those sparks that I was seeing is like, if you've ever seen like a visual depiction of how they show digital information being shared, like how they'll give you like a square, and then they'll have a line, and then another box here that separates into a whole bunch of different things, you know? Like that's how they're showing this to me. So it's like you're an initiator, you're a pioneer, you're a fire starter. And so what you're doing right is how you're using and manipulating these energies that are at your fingertips. That you are discovering, that you are recreating, that you're remolding, that you're exposing, that you're returning, that you recreate again, that you're molding, that you're returning, that you get back, you know? It's that kind of cycle that I'm getting, like this, like I said, this ping pong of electricity. It's lovely. So you're going about it right, my love. Like I said, you're not rushing things, you're not forcing things down people's face. It's not so much in their, you know, energy. You're doing a lot of this subtly, but it's still in a very big, expansive way. That's the best way I can describe this. Well, that's awesome. Okay, let's see the good it's doing for you then. We have Gnosis. That's pretty fitting. You know, that deep sense of knowing, that mystical knowledge, that timeless archetypal wisdom. Yeah, it's like I said, like connecting to this, the one source is what I'm feeling here. And you really tapping into that and again, bringing it down, as above, do below. You know, that's that energy. Oh, it's lovely. Like the good it's doing for you is a sense of knowing, a deep sense of trust within self, trusting the instincts, trusting what you're being guided to do. And the fact that you are listening is what I'm feeling, like actively listening, whether that be, you know, through the grapevine, through the street energies, through news information, through source information. It doesn't matter. Like you're really, your ears to the ground and to the skies. That's what this feels like. It's beautiful. And that deep sense of knowing is being fully adopted by your person. You meaning yourself, your soul. Amazing. Let's see what else. And then we have Inner Nemesis. Interesting. This card says specifically the mirror doesn't lie. You know, and the only way that we can, you know, ward off any of the doubt, any of the not knowing, is by looking at self. So, with that being said, there might be a focus. Maybe that's the reason why I felt your energy so much like the web. Maybe it's a little too spread out. Maybe that's what they're saying, even though you're doing it, and that's probably part of the reason why certain things needed to get redone or rejigged. So if the inner nemesis is saying when it comes what it's doing for the good it's doing for you is making you recognize certain things about yourself that you may have doubted, may have not believed, may have not trusted. And so they're asking you to look in if you have been too expansive, too spread too thin, excuse me. And it's that being spread too thin possibly has created the need to pivot or swivot, whichever one. Interesting, pile 3. All right, let's get some tarot. Oh, that was quick. The Magician, alchemy for sure. Having the tools you need, knowing that deeply. The 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So there is something about community and coming together with others and people, but I think it's just now in a more balanced, or they're giving it to me in like a better time management, like meaning how much time you actually spend with the outside as opposed to with the self. Wow, Page of Swords again. Card is popular. And then the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. It's interesting how many repeating cards came out for each pile, and I like cleansed, shuffled, and paused in between each pile of me filming. Interesting. So the good that is doing for you, my lovelies, here is recognizing your own alchemical abilities, finding better grounded or more stable connections as opposed to maybe it being a little too erratic in moments. I feel like it's not allowing yourself to lose the curiosity and the excitement and that fervor, excuse me, for this, you know, for the rebellious, the expansion, the freedom-loving energy. Like, don't lose any of that youthful curiosity, but they want you to work smarter, is what I'm feeling. That's the good it's doing for you. It's going to make you work smarter within the energies that you already embody naturally and the energies that you are embarking and integrating currently. Let's see what else. The Empress in the reverse with the Magician. We have the Hermit with the 9 of Coins. Eight of Wands in the reverse with the Page of Swords. And then you have the Ace of Wands with the 8 of Coins. Lovely. So my loves, again, trusting in the alchemy within self, knowing that you can tap into that feminine grounded energy that is in stillness. That's what they're asking, I feel, here for you to alchemize a little bit better. Again, to look deeper into that side of yourself. When I was talking about finding better connections and maybe your energy is a little too sporadic in moments, that is what that Hermit energy is reinforcing or doubling down on. That there are times when you do allow yourself to extend too much and not enough inward. The Page of Swords, for me, is asking you to slow down, to be honest. It's like slowing down the curiosity or slowing down the excitement that is within you to, again, rebalance and temper. It's about getting grounded for you. Like your ear is to the ground, but they want your feet on the ground. That's how they're giving it to me now. And then the Eight of Coins about, you know, still having to understand or master the balance of these energies that are within you, the very high energies, the go, 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 the wanting to do, and the need for stillness, respite, for pause. You know, like there is that energy. And once you are able to master that balance, so to speak, you can take off. Like because you'll know how to or when to bring yourself back into that state of blissful stillness. That's awesome. So my love, what you are doing, what's the good that it's doing for you is allowing you to better balance or better manage the energies that are, I think, that are really like I said, like electricity, like it's a spark, like everything's just a little jumpy, and not in an anxious way. It's not that at all. It's just like almost overly stimulated. That's what this feels like. And I know that you're trying to find an outlet. That's what it feels like, an outlet for you to release some of this over excited energy in moments. And I think that's where it is about the rebelliousness, the technology. Like you might be similar to this, my Gemini moon, you know, like sometimes I have to have a program on, some music possibly playing while I'm doing something else. You know, like that is sometimes the energy that I do get in, where I can't be in complete quiet. There has to be distractions for me to tune into something. It's almost like more of the noise around me creates more focus. That is only at times, it's not always, but it is often for me. So it can be something like that where you sometimes have to recalibrate, like, is this what I need right now? And am I just putting all my energy everywhere else that I don't really feel balanced throughout my day, or unproductive because it's just been so spread out, you know? So my love, that's what that feels like for you. And then underneath the deck energy, yeah, it's a lot about slow down for you. Page of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, it's like slow down. That's just really what it is. Just take a breather. Sorry, not here. Take a breather. Take your breath. You can still contribute and do all the things that you're doing. It's just like, I don't think you're just leaving enough time for yourself for this to fully meld and mold to your psyche and to your spirit. So it's like, I think it's more about when those pivot moments happen, I feel like they want you to take a longer pause. All right, my loves, let's get your closing guidance for pile 3. All right. You have Ma'at, justice, beautiful. Again, balance, right? That's what we're doing, trying to find that balance for you, about that very energetic, sporadic, youthful, curious energy, to find that balance of that calm, serene, attentive, still, peaceful, graceful energy. So we're just working on that balance to step into this deep knowing within self, that you can toggle between whichever you need in any given moment, but you need to learn how to master that to be able to toggle between. Yeah, there's a little bit of a struggle for that. There's going to be a little bit of resistance is what I feel. And I don't think it's necessarily like a conscious resistance. It's just like because your energy is not used to it. That's the resistance I feel. So it's just a matter of finding that habit within the body, within the mind, and then within the doing. Oh, my beautiful collective, those are your beautiful messages of what you are doing right and the good that it is doing for you. I hope that this was helpful. I am sending you so much love. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao.